Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. Today, we're discussing the Patek Philippe 5136G Perpetual Calendar. You can see and you can purchase this micro-rotor automatic perpetual calendar in white gold on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right-hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full commercial listing for this watch, with accessories included in the sale, additional high-resolution images for your desktop, and of course, complete pricing information for this uncommon Patek Philippe bracelet-borne white gold perpetual calendar. Now, on my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, you can see this really is an unusual combination. Not so much the discrete size and detailing with complication, that's distinctively Patek Philippe, but it's the combination of the perpetual calendar in a Calatrava style case with a full metal bracelet, this 5-link bracelet produced entirely of white gold. It's exceptionally supple as well as attractive, and it gives the watch an enviable heft on the wrist. Now, this is something that disappeared with the reference you see here, discontinued in 2008, only launched in 2003. The 5136 had a short commercial lifespan, and it marked the end of the inclusion of bracelets within the Patek Philippe Perpetual Calendar series. So you can't get a 5140 or a 5139 on a bracelet like this. So effectively, this watch was a last of breed and an exceptional offering. 37 millimeters across the round of the case. There is some controversy about whether this is a 36 or a 37 millimeter among Patek fans. I can tell you, having measured it in person with calipers, it's 37. It's bigger than the watch that ran concurrently with it for the first half of its life, the 3940. It is bigger than that 36 millimeter watch. It's also 10 millimeters thick, and from lug to lug, it has a reasonable span of 47 millimeters across the wrist. Now, that's not so much from lug to lug as it is the outermost rigid outcropping of the bracelet. Again, being born on a bracelet, this one wears a little bit differently. The bracelet flares out farther than the lugs themselves. And like I said, just so much heft. You can have a watch with a ton of mass and that satisfying premium pull without bombastic size or posturing style, and you get that with the 5136G. Now, let's take a closer look at the case and this bracelet. Now, there are a couple of features that set this apart from the 3940, starting with the bezel, which is broadly domed and not concave like the 3940. You can also see that the style of printing on the dial is a lot more like the 5140, but it doesn't have the squashed 27 and numeral 5. It's a little bit cleaner, and it also features the previous sigma marking, a little bit of a relic of old-time Patek dial craft not seen on the 5140. And again, it's different from the 3940 in that it doesn't have a small and largely sunken crown. This one projects out farther and it's broader, it's easier to grip. Of course, also unlike the 3940, the watch features a screwed-in caseback, not a snap caseback. So there's actually quite a bit that differentiates this watch from both the 5140 and the 3940, besides the simple fact of it being born on a white gold bracelet. Now, I've highlighted some of the features of the dial, and again, it is very much like a combination of the late 3940s and the early 5140s. So the watch is handsome in a traditional Patek Philippe fashion. The Patek Philippe marquee at 12 o'clock, for instance, is far smaller on this watch than it is in the somewhat, overblown, one might even say exhibitionist signature seen on the 5140. And again, it doesn't have the squashed numerals. It has the glorious old sigma signed dial and a little bit of the flange style of the late 3940s with the font size on the day subregister of the 5140s. Now, what else does it have that's old style? Well, the signature on the movement is Geneva Hallmark, not Patek Philippe seal as in the modern standard. So you have the evocative old style signature. There is no difference in assembly quality between Geneva Hallmark and Patek Philippe seal. So it really depends on which one appeals more to you as a collector. Is it the more nostalgic older signature, or is it the newer in-house mark? Either one is excellent. You'll know that this is the caliber 240 Quantième Perpetuel micro rotor, 3 Hz or 21,600 vibrations per hour, 45 to 48 hour power reserve, beautifully finished. I'll see if I can show some of the gorgeous anglage. You can see adjacent to the rotor, that mirror hairline, a rounded hand finish, beautiful anglage on the edges of the bridges, and you'll note a tight and even perlage pattern across the base plate. The watch also features the best of screws, and by that I mean these are the kind of screws that cost 25 to 30 Swiss francs because they simply take that much time to finish, to add beveling to their circumference, to chamfer their slots and polish their heads. Even the pilots at the bottom of the threaded stalk, if you were to remove those screws, underneath their undersides would be mirror polished. That's Geneva Hallmark standard. And of course the micro rotor, allowing the caliber to be exceptionally thin and keep no secrets. All is on display while having the advantages of an automatic and the handsome aesthetic as well as the slim profile of a manual wind. Of course, Patek Philippe's gyromax style balance, free-sprung for stability, with a Breguet overcoil so it has resistance to shock or vibration-induced timing deviation, and with the overcoil also resistance to gravitational or positionally induced timing deviation. This watch is a last of breed, a handsome watch, an uncommon watch, a watch with a brief lifespan. It has excellent future prospects for collectability, but collectability is largely about what other people think. You can wear this watch on your wrist by yourself and enjoy immense satisfaction because it is simply that fine and that special. You can see it and you can buy it on our website.